What flavor is that, Steve?
Root beer. Root beer. Ginger root beer.
Oh, ginger root beer. Okay. It seemed early to have a root beer soda.
No, this is Zevia.
That seems like a good way to ruin a root beer. Ginger? Is that good?
I feel like the
I think
ginger.
he loves that one.
I think the ginger is not really discernible.
Oh, nice. Okay,
I don't really taste the ginger. But no, I love it. It's a wonderful alternative to Coca-Cola soda.
Coca-Cola.
It's a nice little. It's got a nice little. It's
You've always endorsed this, and they changed their logo now. I don't know how I
they
feel
did change
about
their
it.
logo. It's real weird.
It's always so noticeable when a brand changes their logo like that.
I know, and I never like it.
Nope. Dude, Captain Crunch changed their logo, and he looks like a freaking blob.
Are you serious?
Really? Yeah.
When did they
he
do
looks
that?
Bad. Recently, within the past month. He looks
Not
he looks
my
super
captain.
cartoony now. Yeah, exactly.
Whoa, you're right. He does look
Yeah.
more cartoony. Whoa, what the fuck? Here, I'll pull it up on the screen. I'll
Let's
pull it
throw
up on the screen.
picture, man. This is
I'll
what
pull
we
it up
can
on.
do now.
I'll pull it up on the. I'll pull it up on the.
2020, dude.
I'll pull it up on the.
see.
I'll pull it up on the. I'll pull it up on the screen for you guys.
Pull it up on the screen.
I'll pull it up.
He seems more kid friendly now, and I think that's what they're going for.
I'll pull it up on the.
They don't know their market. They don't know who's
Exactly.
buying their product.
God, I hate it, dude. I don't like it.
You know.
Tell me about it, Steve. You got something to say?
I don't hate it.
I don't mind it.
Okay.
It looks fine. He looks fine. He just looks
I
more
see-
computer animated, right?
Yeah, like
That's what it
here's
is. He looks more
here's our-
CGI.
Yeah, exactly. That is what's happening.
But see,
there,
I
think.
like that because
This
it
is
looks
our-
more hand drawn.
Yeah, that's our.
Oh,
OG.
tab check. We got eyes on tabs that Steve has. So what else do we have? We have Reddit. Dive into anything is what one tab is, and then it's Living Coffee, Smooth Jazz. Steve, do you want to comment on some of these tabs?
Well, I'm
Steve,
a little
what's
bit
going
of a
on with
pervert.
these tabs?
I'm a little bit of a pervert.
This is yeah.
I didn't think there'd be a microscope on my tabs.
Yes, it's tab time.
Well, I guess I shouldn't have shared my screen because now here we are talking about my tabs.
Steve Zaragoza accidentally shares screen with Living
Sorry,
Coffee, Smooth
guys.
Jazz video playing.
You should do that in the video. You should do that
That's
in
the title for
the title.
sure.
Steve accidentally shares some
And just you, like-
suspect tabs, some sus tabs.
Don't feel like watching movies, so I'll watch people guess them instead. I don't know how it goes, I think it starts with your show.
Have you guys been dealing with the mosquitoes?
Yes, dude. I have so many on my ankles.
You know,
I hate it.
I feel like, you know, LA isn't really like known for being mosquito country, but I feel like every year it's getting worse.
I
And-
heard that this year was supposed to be like one of the worst years of it. I do not know why, but I remember hearing this.
Let's get to the bottom of this. Cause
Let's
you know,
call Joe.
every time, do you guys know every time there's like a mosquito thing, there's always like first West Nile virus death.
Really? I never hear that. I've never
never
been
hear that?
actually scared of like a mosquito bite. I don't. You can't.
Well,
It's
that's
gonna
your
happen.
first mistake.
Well, I'll die from it.
No. I mean, mosquitoes can transfer diseases.
Diseases.
The West Nile virus being one of them.
They're horrible bugs. They're horrible.
They're horrible.
I have a
I think-
spider problem, and
Oh,
I think
no.
that's helping reduce the. But they're good. They're good. They're orb. There's something orb something.
You've
where they
trained them.
spin
Orb weavers.
Yeah, they spin plates. I've trained them.
They
And
spin.
they're really cool, but I think they help with the mosquitoes.
They're taking. Those guys are taking care of all the mosquitoes for you.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I just haven't noticed them. But you guys are getting bit on your ankles? Gross.
I'm on my ankles. I'm
I'm
on my
ankle.
ankles.
I had I had like a not an ankle, but like the back of my leg.
Yeah, Dad.
And you know, these aren't your mama's mosquito bites. These are like raging. Like, have you noticed that, Kevin, when you got your mosquito bites, did you notice that
They're
they
big?
got they got red and like almost like real
Big.
angry, and then they're
Fat.
like red and weird looking for the next couple of days.
Yeah, and they itch a lot.
Dude,
Constantly.
I remember growing up with just little mosquito bite bump, and you go like, oh, let me put my little fingernail in it. Oop, that feels good, and then it's done.
That's evolution, man. This is what happens. They're getting
So,
stronger.
Elliot, you think the spiders are killing all of your mosquitoes, and so you're having
that-
not a mosquito problem?
Now that you mention it, I did have a bite on my ankle that felt really good when I scratched it. So maybe
Yeah.
that was.
That's mosquitoes,
That.
baby.
And
Man,
I was
that's a
like,
mosquito.
one of those like, I shouldn't be doing this, but my eyes are rolling back in my head.
All right, so I know, doesn't it feel so good? It feels
Really
so fucking good, and then you're like, uh-oh, now it hurts, and I'm gonna be
Now
up all night.
Yep.
It's
Oh, I did
bleeding.
the thing that I know as an adult not to do. Yeah. Yeah.
I
Horrible.
literally, it was so uncomfortable for me. I was having trouble sleeping.
Yeah.
That's the
Wow.
first
Try
time
and
I've
itch
ever
it with your
had-
other foot.
And then it hurts, and then for the next
yeah.
hour, it's like a hurt, and I'm like, God damn, dude. But
You got a
luckily,
sock on? If you do it with one foot with a sock on, that's nice too.
That's
Oh,
nice.
yeah,
They
that
should make a
is nice.
scratchy. They should make like a scratchy sock where on the bottom of it has like one little patch
No,
of scratch,
no,
and
you
I
don't
can
want
scratch
this.
myself.
Sandpaper.
no, you
Sandpaper.
want
Yeah.
this, but you don't actually want this. Your
for
doctors would be
sleeping.
like, absolutely not.
Well,
Doctors hate this one sock.
Doctors hate this one sock. But you know, these mosquitoes, I found something not sponsored that is like a cooling spray for outdoor bites and itchiness.
yeah. I mean, you could just do that off.
Dude,
shit.
if you spray, not even this, dude. This is some magical shit. It's like it feels cold.
oh, this is
spray-
afterwards.
I'm telling you, yeah, I have this spray that, like, once you have the bite, you spray it on the bite, and it feels like you got a little cold kiss
I
on
want
your
it.
bite. It takes the itch away. I'll tell you all about it. I'll send it to you. It's a not spawn.
Steve always has these little things he finds to help. You have that Vicks thing.
Yeah.
Remember that Vicks smeller
Yeah,
thing?
you know,
that shit was revolutionary.
My girlfriend taught me about that.
Yeah, she's teaching you everything.
dude. Okay, Steve. Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Here got
All
the
right,
girlfriend
this
again.
is every
Yeah,
episode.
this person we've yet to meet.
Yeah, this is
So-
interesting.
Anyway, LA County warns of potential worst
God.
mosquito season in
Yeah.
years. Is this article I found from that was updated April 12th. Whoa, this is from the
2008.
past. 2009.
Oh.
No, this is just from April 12th, but it says standing water
Okay.
serves as a breeding source for mosquitoes in any container with as little of a teaspoon of water can allow the insects to propagate, according to Los Angeles County Vector Control District. What the fuck? Yeah, this Vector Control District. Breaker 9. The recent heavy rains across the state have created ripe conditions.
That's what
in
it is.
Places for mosquitoes to lay their eggs and raise larvae. With warm weather on its way in the next few months, those bloodsuckers could thrive.
Calling them bloodsuckers.
There are two types of mosquitoes to worry about: the native Culex breed and the so-called ankle biters, which are an invasive species.
Whoa.
Are they
Holy
literally
moly.
called ankle biters? I don't think I knew.
Well,
that was a
they
thing.
said so-called ankle biters.
so.
but
It's their
they're called-
AKA.
Yeah. Jimenez is taking precautionary measures against a possible mosquito nightmare. On Wednesday afternoon, a technician with the company Mosquito Squad sported Ghostbusters-style equipment to spray Jimenez's home with chemicals that are harmless to humans. I've been skipping stuff here. Standing water serves as a breeding source for mosquitoes in any container. Okay, great. We already know this. Other breeding sources for mosquitoes can include things like little kiddie pools, pool pumps and drains, bird baths.
Who the hell
Pet
is Jose
balls.
Jimenez?
Fuck you.
What does he have to do with anything?
Well, I skipped when we were introduced to him.
God damn it, dude. That was
Fuck that
important.
guy. I'm not worried about that guy. Here's another one real quick. This is what I was telling you about. This is where the fear mongering comes in. Elliot,
I
do you
see.
remember when LA the fear. You remember when that storm was coming in and everyone was like, "Oh, we're all gonna die," and then all
I
the
was one
news
of 'em.
outlets. Well, you were because the news outlets and everybody was scaring people.
Well, we also
these-
aren't built for that amount of rain.
We're not built for this this many contrivances.
What a great word.
I do love.
All right, let's slow down with the contrivances. Yes, we were freaked out, and it all turned out to be fine.
So
Are we
speaking
talking about the
of,
hurricane?
Yeah, when the hurricane
Okay.
came through, and rather the storm, tropical storm. But KTLA 5 posted this on September 7th, which was not too long ago. That was like only a few days ago.
2
That
days
was
ago.
Thursday.
3 days ago.
And they said first West Nile death of the year reported in LA County.
R.I.P.
So here's the fear mongering. Ready?
Yeah.
The patient who died was a resident of the San Fernando Valley. Oh, well, there we go. I'm going to die. West Nile virus is transmitted to humans through the bite of an infected mosquito. In 2023, a total of 19 cases of West Nile virus have been documented in LA County.
Okay.
Human infections will likely continue to occur the rest of the summer and fall, with the highest number of cases typically arising in September, officials said. West Nile virus infected mosquitoes and dead birds have been identified across LA County.
19 dead birds.
Some symptoms those infected may include include fever, body aches, rash. I don't know this
Maybe that's
word.
what I had this week. Maybe it wasn't COVID.
Nausea, vomiting, and headaches.
No, thank you.
Older individuals and those with existing health issues are most likely to develop severe symptoms.
And die.
The most susceptible to complications from infection include anyone over 50 years old,
Always.
Well,
people with diabetes, cancer, hypertension, kidney disease, those who are immunocompromised. Organ transplant recipients, or anyone with a recent history of chemotherapy.
Oh, shit.
God damn it.
In some cases, those with chronic medical conditions could experience severe infections that may affect the brain and spinal cord, causing meningitis, encephalitis, and paralysis. There's no specific treatment for West Nile virus disease and no vaccine to prevent infection. Residents are
that's why you
encouraged.
die.
That's why you die. Residents
You
are
just die.
encouraged to take these precautions to reduce infection risk. Mosquito repellents keep mosquitoes from biting you. EPA
What we're
registered
saying.
repellents containing DEET, picaridin.
Are you worried, Steve? Is this fear-mongering fearing you?
It sounds like it.
Well, I
seem a
am
little-
I am personally experiencing
Yeah.
an influx of mosquitoes myself. Like I said, I got bit, and I don't usually get bit by these little
And
bastards.
you haven't been feeling well.
And I haven't
is
been
wild.
feeling well. That's true. I'm better now, though. But yeah. Like, we weren't getting any positive COVID results on the tests. I'll tell you that much.
I appreciate that.
But we weren't. I wasn't nauseous or anything like that.
I like that shirt, Kevin. Did I tell you that already?
Thanks, man.
That is a nice
Yeah.
shirt, Kevin.
I'm glad you haven't gotten West Nile. Or
Thank you,
anything.
man.
But you will, because you live in San Fernando.
I know, and that's where the reported case was, the first one this year.
I have pools of water all over this place. It is
From all your leaks.
all of my lakes.
From all the cups of water you leave out, just in case you get thirsty.
Exactly. Or aliens
Covered.
invade.
Yeah, don't do that.
Did you guys see the hit piece on one of my favorite human beings in the world, Dr.
Danny
Mark-
Danny
Masterson?
Masterson.
Nice. Yes,
love
we
how
would
voted
actually. We do need to take a moment and apologize for those letters of character support that we sent to
You
the
know,
judge.
We
on
did
behalf
send
of-
those.
Can I just say
The
that
Valleyfolk did endorse them.
Let me just say,
Please.
I didn't think
No.
those letters would be public.
Oh.
Can I just say we've always supported victims when we knew people would be asking us about it.
We
later.
support victims when people are when the microscope is on us.
Right.
When
we
people
always
ask,
will.
when people
When we're
ask,
tab
we
checked.
support victims.
We at SourceFed did send letters in support of Epstein, and
Because he's a friend of ours.
he's a friend, and you know we you know
That's so funny though, because I don't think they thought that those letters would be
No way.
public.
I think too. That's just those. Did you watch the? For those who are
I haven't
unaware, we're
read
talking
the
about.
details.
I haven't read the
I
details.
d-
I
I
did see
didn't-
the clip.
I heard it.
Did you
I
see
heard
the
it's
clip?
really disingenuous.
It seems like they could not be bothered less to do this, and I don't care like one way or the other. And it
Yeah.
seems like they're just like,
Certainly, yeah.
I guess we gotta say, like Mila Kunis is like, we support victims, like we've always supported victims. Like it comes off very like, not good.
God.
And,
Wait. What we really mean? Wait.
look,
Wait.
Hold on.
it's like that level of rich people, the disconnection that they have
know.
between. It's like it's so palpable. It's like you can't be that famous and rich for that long and
No.
still be a human.
In
and then,
touch.
Yeah, we didn't mean
Yeah.
to whatever.
Yeah. They.
Anyway.
I think
I was
it's
talking
too.
about
I think
Martin
it's
Short.
too late. Oh, Martin Short. Well, okay. I heard a little bit about this. Can you tell me what's going on?
Yeah, I would love to hear it.
I didn't read the article because I wasn't gonna give them my clickety clicks, but somebody
Good
did
for
an
you.
article
Headline.
about it's like why we keep putting up with Martin Short, and it hurt. That hurt me on a
Who
deep
wrote
level
that?
because he's probably my favorite living comedian right now. After he took the place after Norm went
Yeah.
up into the heavens, but some guy wrote it for like I don't know. I don't remember what the
Vanity
publication
Fair.
was.
Someone
But
has it out for Martin Short. Who would ever say anything bad about Martin
Right?
Short?
It was blew me away, and people shared a bunch of Martin Short clips, and it was really beautiful and wonderful, and I appreciate
There
it
we go.
because it reignited my love for that man. And anytime I see him, any word that he says makes me laugh very much.
Martin Short receives outpouring of love from Hollywood peers after nasty hit piece.
Oh, damn.
Martin Short is a comedic genius. End of story, Ben Stiller said in response to infamous article.
It's so crazy. It's literally like someone just needed some attention for the
Yeah, I'm sure that's all it was.
And then there was a meta conversation about people disagreeing with the article while then sharing the article, and then giving the article
Exactly.
more. And
Exactly.
then that became its own thing, and I was like, time to get off the internet.
This
Thank
is
you.
the serial killer thing problem where like people
Yeah.
are obsessed with the serial killer. And,
Or just any glorifying.
and when you share news about it, you give the serial killer even more notoriety. It says here on
despicable.
Friday, September 8th, Slate published an article titled "Why We Keep Putting Up with Martin Short." What the fuck? Which described him as devastatingly unfunny.
See, that is wrong. That's so
Dude, that
funny.
feels
That's
like
the
a
reason?
personal-
That's a
It feels
wrong
personal.
statement.
It feels
Yeah.
personal.
I thought it was going to be like he did some allegations of something, but like he's just not funny.
Someone was just hoping
Yeah.
that their
And
hot take
problematic.
would. Someone was hoping their hot take would get steam and he'd have people on his side.
Yeah.
Writer
But anyway,
Dan.
we did send letters of support for Martin Short to
Yes, we did.
the judge.
This Dan Coy's guy says throughout his evolution from sketch comedy standout to uneasy movie star to twice failed talk show host to enthusiastic song and dance man, I've wrinkled my nose. Every time he
his nose.
wow, what I know is like he's clutching his pearls next. Every time he dresses up in a silly outfit or says something outrageous or mugs for the audience,
This is so weird.
I want to shout at the screen, "Why are you being like this? What the fuck?"
Why does
This guy's
guy
got
hate
problems.
Martin Short?
Yeah.
What happened? What happened?
know-
to
Some
this man?
compares.
This kind of reminds me in a very small way about someone who I used to work with back in my Sony days who like really despised me.
Oh no.
And it was weird because like everyone in our office was like really on board with my antics. Mm-hmm. And were like thankful for it in an office corporate environment because it kind of like brought a little fun and silliness to
Exactly.
the office. And and I wasn't like overboard with it, but I would like entertain my friends, and a lot of people from the building would come and visit me while I was at my desk just to come like see how I was doing. And like,
Have
I think
fun.
that person was jealous of the amount of attention that I got and just despised everything. Like didn't like my jokes, and they were like, "Oh,
Exactly.
you think that's funny?" and didn't laugh at anything. And it was like, and when you're someone who's like, I think I'm kind of funny. I mean, back then I had zero self-esteem, like -5. So
Yeah.
I thought I was a little funny, and the people in the building who would be like, "You're so funny," made me feel really funny. So when you feel really funny and then someone is like, "You're not funny, you suck," it's like a weird feeling.
Yeah.
It's a very bad feeling. Yeah.
It's a bad feeling because you're like,
Dude.
and also this is someone in my team.
Yeah,
I
who
was
you have
thinking
to
the other
see.
day. I was thinking about how weird it is, like when people like I forget that people have opinions. Period about me personally. Like
Yeah.
I think that if I leave someone's presence, they never think about me ever again. And I
Damn.
disappeared. I don't exist to them. And then finding out that someone is either holding a grudge
Or
is
upset.
angry at me personally, I'm
Yeah.
like, what? Me?
Yeah.
Like
That's
I
a
don't
blessing,
even. What?
Elliot.
Why are you
Don't, like,
wasting
you're
your
thinking
about me?
life?
Don't get rid of that, Elliot. That's a good thing to have.
I guess it's always just like, wait, you're upset about oh man, yeah, I would be too. That guy sounds terrible. I don't remember. It's so nice that people think
It's
about
so weird. It's so weird when people go out of their way to be like, "I'm gonna be upset about you."
it.
Yeah,
What was
jealousy
the,
in an older age, like
Is
above your
weird.
20s, is weird. Yeah,
Definitely.
at least outward jealousy.
Well put.
I understand the like inward jealousy, like you don't express it to people, but like actually being mean to someone over that shit, weird.
yeah, get a life.
Well, anyway, I guess this
What's
Martin
their,
Short shit was trending on Twitter. Was
Yeah.
actually trending on Twitter.
His clip, he's Jiminy.
Oh man,
like, and
the
he's
Jimmy
talking to
Glick
Larry
stuff
David.
is so good.
He's yelling at Larry David about saying all this anti-Semitic stuff. It's very funny, and
I love.
then yeah.
Yeah, he you could just type in Jiminy Glick interview on YouTube and just have the best time.
Yep.
Like he plays this character that everyone in Hollywood recognizes as a classic Hollywood entertainer, but he was made up. And so he would have these huge stars on the show, and they'd be like, "Jiminy, it's great to see you. How have you been?" And I can't forget when we worked together with Elizabeth Taylor back in the day. And then he'd have something funny to say about it. But anytime he'd have like a super famous celebrity on, he'd be like, "I haven't really seen you in anything. I can't say I've seen that one." He's like, and he shoves like donuts and shit into his mouth, and he starts choking on it. It's just, come on. Martin Short is a master of physical comedy and just like improvisational quips.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if you can master both of those things, you're a fucking firecracker.
Comedic genius.
Comedic genius. And this dude did physical comedy really well and was lightning fast. with his
Slightly.
comedy.
I'm also a big fan of Only Murders in the Building.
Yeah, that's what I think of now.
It's so good. It's
really
good,
great.
but I think he's even just I think he's subdued in this.
He's
in
more,
that show.
yeah, he's not.
Yeah,
super,
it's not full. It's
It's
not,
not-
at 10.
No, it's
but
not.
it's good.
And
It's good
no,
for
I mean,
him.
and no slight on him at all. It's almost like he's just
It's a choice.
doing a subdued version of himself. Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of. But I do love this. John Cusack tweeted, "I don't know what people are on about regarding Martin Short, but his Mr. Rogers boxing match is my favorite. I don't think I've seen that." No. And then shortly after, Michael McKean, legendary comedian, This Is Spinal Tap, Better Call Saul, many wonderful Christopher Guest films. He said, quote, "Guy really blew the lid off the whole Martin Short story, didn't he?" Which I think is wonderful because it's like, wow, yeah, this guy really knows what he's talking about. Wow, that's crazy, Elliott.
Piece.
I'm glad to have some clarity on that because I wasn't quite sure what was going on with Martin Short.
And it's one thing to not enjoy a particular brand of comedy. Like, I find myself not enjoying certain strands of comedy, and that's just subjective opinion, and that's nice. To try to weaponize it or make it some sort of objective thing that other people are going to, like, hitch their wagons to.
Absolutely.
It's a little gross. And also, he's just a sweet person. He's a sweet guy. Like, he's the nicest person. No one has ever said a negative word about the guy. It's such a bummer.
No.
I was personally offended.
Damn.
He almost hit me with his car when I was on my way to see him perform as Jiminy Glick on Primetime with Jiminy Glick, his show he had at Comedy Central. And he was pulling into the studio as me and my friends were like walking across this thing. And he was in a nice little red sports car. And he like stopped real fast. There wasn't a screech sound, and I looked over at him, and it was Martin Short, and he went, "So sorry, so sorry, so sorry," and I was like, "It's okay, I love you, Martin Short," and he's like, "So sorry, so sorry."
It's me.
So sorry.
Dude, I was in an opposite situation with Jason Alexander.
Oh my
no! Yeah.
Did he seem
It was in
upset?
North Hollywood. No, not at all. He seemed pretty chill. He was on his way to a theater.
Of course he was.
Right
When
by the
is it?
Federal.
Anytime you see Jason Alexander somewhere, he's always on his way to the theater.
He cracks me up. His tone of voice when he's not acting is so just like he's an actor.
Yeah.
He talks
I
like an
know.
actor, and he's got a confidence and like big BDE about him.
I
that you
know.
never.
Yeah.
It's so.
It's
You
so
really
great.
get kind of like a thespian like
Yeah.
like I'm here for your entertainment.
Didn't they make fun of that in Curb Your Enthusiasm? He's like, "What's the book about?" Like, he writes in book on
Oh,
acting.
that's
He's
right.
like, it's a book on acting. It's about
Dude.
how- the crap.
I've been wanting to rewatch that season. I think that was one of my favorite Curb seasons. Is that the one with the Seinfeld season?
Oh, that was a great one. Yeah.
Was that the
I'm not sure
Seinfeld
if it's-
season?
What season is that?
I don't know.
Because you
I
said
don't
Curb Your
remember.
Enthusiasm, right?
Yeah, it's definitely
Yeah.
a show. I don't know if it's that. I don't know the seasons.
Because yeah, maybe
binged-
because I mean, there was a Seinfeld reunion season of
Yeah.
Curb Your Enthusiasm that featured all of the Seinfeld cast in one way or another.
Yeah,
but I
maybe it
guess,
was then.
Jason Alexander has been on the show before outside of the Seinfeld season. But man, I love that fucking show, and I think my favorite season is the Producers season. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, when he's in the producers.
When he's in the Producers, which is so fucking ridiculous. It never
But wasn't that like
happened.
the real thing where like he was doing on Broadway? Like,
Yeah.
being very much like Larry David and didn't want to like. He didn't know you had to do Broadway shows like all the time, like multiple times a day.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Like, he was really upset like
Yeah.
about matinees.
Yeah. I think there's a whole story surrounding that season involving someone wanting him to actually be maybe it was Mel Brooks wanting him to be in the Producers.
You know what though? If thinking on this stuff, you know what it does? It makes me hungry.
Yeah, I'm starving right now.
Me too. What can we do about that?
Have you guys ever heard of HelloFresh?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so you know with HelloFresh you get farm fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. You can skip
Yes.
to the grocery store. You can count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. Guys, that's why it's America's #1 meal kit. Duh. All right? And it's also delicious and fresh all the time, and it stays good, and it comes in cute little brown bags, and they're really easy to make on a step-by-step basis, and you can have it ready in usually about half an hour. You can kickstart a fresh fall routine with HelloFresh. HelloFresh handles all the meal planning and shopping to deliver everything you need to cook up a tasty meal right at home. They do the hard part, and you get to take the credit. As long as you throw away all of the evidence afterward. It's kind of like murdering
easy to
somebody,
do.
but more delicious. When it comes to options, honestly, more is more. That's why HelloFresh's menu includes 40 recipes and over 100 add-on items to choose from every week. You can even get little cute cheesecakes from them. A busy fall schedule doesn't always leave you with time to spare, and with HelloFresh, you don't need to spend all evening in the kitchen to whip up a wholesome meal. With their quick and easy recipes and 15-minute meals, you can get a tasty dinner on the table in less time than it takes to get takeout or delivered. Ever wish you could spend less time planning and shopping and cooking for the family and more time with them, loving them, holding them? From easy time-saving breakfasts and family dinners to kid-approved lunches and snacks, HelloFresh has what it takes to keep everyone, including you, happy and satisfied. HelloFresh takes the stress out of mealtime by delivering fresh ingredients and easy recipes right to your door, right outside your door. This fall, skip that extra trip to the grocery store and have dinner ready in no time with America's #1 meal kit. You guys know our personal experience with this, and so we'll just say real simply, get the meat loaf if you can. It's really delicious, and get anything with the aioli stuff because it's really nice
That's
too,
it.
okay?
And
in
that's
order
it.
to do that, and that's it. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to HelloFresh.com/50ValleyCast and use code 50ValleyCast for 50% off plus 15% off the next 2 months. That's pretty good. Go to HelloFresh.com/50ValleyCast and use code 50ValleyCast for 50% off plus 15% off the next 2 months. And also, it's America's #1 meal kit. And so, back to the show, guys.
Wow,
That was
Elliot,
well
how was your
done.
eyes? You still wearing those
And I did it with a hurt
glasses they
eye.
give you after you get your eyes checked?
No, yeah,
Well
they
done.
they didn't do that. They were like, just do. I had an eye problem, folks, where I was on my way home from taking my wife home from getting her chemo injections, and I started to be unable to drive because my left eye felt like a piece of glass or sand was in it, and so then. By the
Dude, I
time I
didn't
got
realize
home, I was like,
that.
When it
Yeah, I'll take
rains,
one.
it pours.
it really did, and boy did it pour, and it poured out of my eyeball via tears, and I couldn't sleep all night, and I woke up with a wet pillow because my eye had been just gushing tears
That's
constantly.
crazy.
And I couldn't roll over on my right side because the tears would fall from my left eye into my right eye and
Yuck.
wake me up. So it was like
That's
being
crazy.
like tortured, like the water torture, and I was like, oh, this is
Waterboarding by
terrible.
tears.
Waterboarding
not-
by my own tears.
So it's like you were crying, or it's
It
like your
was like-
eye. It's like your eye was
Yeah.
crying.
Like my eye was crying and there's nothing I can do, and it hurt so bad to keep it shut, and then it got swollen, and then in the morning I was like waiting for Grace to wake up because she's still hopped up on steroids because they gave her steroids.
Yeah, and you're like, why do I want to bother my wife who's recuperating from something way
Right.
worse than what this is?
Exactly. And then she was like, how's your eye? And I was like, I think you gotta take me to the urgent
I
care."
think you
I was like,
need
I'm
to
trying
take
not to
me
cry.
to the doctor now.
Yeah, I was like, you've had enough attention.
It's your
Now
turn.
it's my turn.
Your turn to take care of me.
I'd
Damn,
like
dude.
to have something.
And
It's
that was all
better
from
now?
just a little scratch.
Yeah, it was like a superficial scratch. It's a lot better now, but I've taken these drops that have an anesthesia in them every 4 hours, and they're like little miracle drops. It's really nice. And the moment he put it in, he was like, you're going to feel better in like 3 seconds. And I was like, oh my God, thank you so much. He was like, take these. He was like, you should be fine. If you don't get better, go directly to the emergency room. I was like, okay, cool. That's scary.
Hell yeah.
So, I have a few questions. Can you recall the moment in which the scratch happened? Do you have any idea how it happened?
It was like all day, and I have contacts in, so I'm like rubbing my eyes and being like, oh, this kind of like hurts a little bit. So it got progressively worse all day Wednesday. I think it started Saturday when I was like redoing this office, and I think at first I was like, did I get paint in my eye
Or
And then it was
something, yeah.
better.
Or
Yeah, and
something,
then
yeah.
The contacts, yeah, some kind of dust or something. I
Maybe
think, but it
something got
definitely
caught
was
under
horrible.
your contact or something.
yeah.
That's what I think. I think it got caught under it, and the contact
and then
like
irritated it.
yeah, rubbing it around. And because when I took the contact out, I expected relief, and it was not. It was just horribly
bad.
horribly pain. And then I was like looking around, like I was like, I can't do anything. I was like, I can't write. I got papers. I can't take care of Grace if I'm all.
Oh man, yeah,
can't
that's
see.
something.
Terrible.
That's something that needs to be taken care of right away.
Right away. Highly recommend
there-
if you have eye stuff.
Is there
Are
a
you-
thing that you
Yeah.
can do that like washes out your eyes? I have had this thing. You know when sometimes you wake up and then you can like see stuff like moving around in your eye, or like you see like something. Have you
Dude,
ever had
don't get
those?
me don't get me started.
Floaters?
They're
Yeah,
floaters.
floaters. I for the past like 4 or 5 months have a constant one like right here in my left eye that like if I focus on something I can see it. Is there something like I can just go
No.
to the eye doctor and they can wash that
No.
shit out or something?
No.
Don't say that.
It's so. Let me tell you something, Kevin.
No,
I am
this is
haunted. I am haunted by eye floaters. They just exist. I think
Nothing you can do.
they exist within the vitreous fluid of your eyeball in the back of your eye. So it's not anything that can be done to the outside of your eye. What you're actually seeing is the shadow of microscopic detachments from your eye floating around in the vitreous fluid of your eyeball. So when you see,
virtuous fluid. It's a virtuous fluid.
oh, it is virtuous. It is virtuous. Yeah.
I really liked what Steve was saying though, and I would rather you say it that way.
Yeah,
I think you're right,
vitreous. Vitreous.
That sounds better.
And so what
Especially
you're
when Steve
seeing,
says it.
you're seeing the shadows of things floating around in your eyes. Now, some people are so bothered by these things that they insist that they need to have the vitreous fluid in their eyeball cleaned. And in order to do that, a very risky surgery is performed.
Shit.
And that's
So I'm
the
fucked.
only, and it's not even a guarantee that it'll take care of it.
What's the
So,
risk that you go blind?
There's no risk. Oh, well, from the surgery, there's no risk from the surgery. But the risk is you go blind. Yeah, you lose your eyesight. So what you need to do is just ignore them, unfortunately.
All right.
It's
I've
basically
good to
the
know.
same treatment as demons.
Yeah, it is
I
the
see
same
it.
treatment as demons. And
Kind of ignore them.
by the way, what I find that helps, Kevin, for my sanity,
Yes.
sometimes when it's overwhelming, is I'll just wear sunglasses.
Inside?
Yeah, and you can wear sunglasses that aren't like super dark.
Tinted? Yeah.
They're just like maybe the ones you could buy at the store. They're just a little tinted, and they just
Yeah.
help the shadows not
That's
happen.
interesting. Damn, dude.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
You know, also
Yeah.
when Elliott said the relief that happened when he put in those drops, have you guys ever had your ears like professionally cleaned out?
Cleaned. Yeah. It's crazy
It's
when they like pull out
insane.
stuff and they pull out
Well, do
and
they
then
do the
spray it.
squirter bottle? So like,
Oh, yeah.
it was a couple months ago. I went swimming with Ellie, and then I dived in once, and then immediately came up, and like my left ear felt like there was water in it. Couldn't
Yeah.
hear, you know that feeling?
Yeah.
And I tried getting it out, nothing was happening. Kept trying like throughout the day. Felt like I had water just stuck in my ear. This lasted for like 24 hours, like until the next day, and I was like, "Fuck, I can't hear." It was completely muffled
Whoa.
in this ear. So eventually I just was like, I gotta go to urgent care and like figure out what's up. So they checked it out and they saw that like I have a shit ton of earwax in my ears.
And
So
the
they-
water was locking it in.
Something happened with the water where it like pressed it or like squished it to where it like blocked it.
Oh shit.
So they had to clean out my ears, but they have a spray bottle and they attach a tube to the spray bottle and then stick the tube into your ear and then just water
Whoa.
into your ear. And the first time they did it in the other ear that wasn't blocked because they were just like, this should be cleaned out too. And they were like, it might feel a little bit uncomfortable, which like I was like, obviously it's going to be water shooting
Yeah, it's
into my ear.
weird.
Dude, they started spraying, and it was the worst pain, like, I think almost I've ever felt. It, like, I
Whoa.
immediately started, like, welling up and, like, crying because it was hurting so
Whoa.
bad.
It was like
And
your eardrum or something? What hurt?
my entire, like, side of my face, like, it just completely, like just felt like a shooting pain.
Whoa.
My whole side of my face. And I didn't want to seem like a pussy.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Yeah.
So
So
I
you're
just
like, no
let it-
problem.
that's exactly
This feels good.
Please keep doing it.
until
don't
finally I
stop.
had to just be like, I can't fucking do it.
Please don't stop.
had
Please
to-
don't stop.
I love this.
But yeah, then
So, but it felt good after the pain.
well, the pain, I had to tell them to stop. Then they were like, okay, we took a break. They finished it up. It wasn't that bad the second
Did it
time,
hurt
but then
again?
they-
Oh, it wasn't that bad the second time. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it still hurt, but luckily it was quick. Like, she was just done with it. But then she went to the other ear that was actually clogged up. And that didn't hurt at all. It just felt nice. It was like, yeah, it feels,
Whoa.
that you're cleaning out the ear. But then
You
she
got
started
the Great
taking...
Wall of China in that.
Right, right. So then she did the thing where she has the tool or whatever,
The
and like
scooper
started
thing?
scooping it out. And dude, the one scoop that all of a
no.
sudden like you could hear after not being able
Like-
to hear for like 24 hours was like
Yeah.
so beautiful. I'm like, I want this to be. If this didn't hurt, I would be doing this like monthly.
Yeah.
Because of how
Yeah.
nice it's.
I wonder if the hurt was just. Did they say it's,
They
it's
think
normal
it
for
was
it
like
to hurt?
irritated, like because then they saw that like my eardrums were like pretty red and like fucked up. Apparently, I'm just somebody that has a lot of earwax.
I think I have that too. I wonder if I would. I don't want to get that done. But
I know that sounds awful, but it sounds nice and relieving.
Yeah.
The left ear, the ear that didn't hurt, which I think is how it was supposed to be, like it just feels weird because, like I said, water shooting in your ear. I think that's how it's supposed to be, but something was bad about the right
Dude,
side that fucked me up.
I would get like the ears clogged with water from swimming like
Yeah.
all the time, but I had found that you could just kind of like tilt your head and like just kind of wiggle it out, and that relief is similar to the greater
Yeah,
relief
it
of having
is.
it all pulled out, but that, and then you feel the water come out and it's warm. It like feels warm.
Well,
Yeah.
up until this point, I went and bought like earwax removal drops, all this
Yeah.
shit, like swimmer's ear drops to like not have to go to the doctor to get it figured out. And
Yeah.
those like are similar where you drop it in your ear, and then have you done the ones where they like fizzle? They
Whoa,
foam up.
no.
Yeah, you put it in your ear and
And then you suck up all the
and then you
wax?
like drain it out of your ear. It's
There is
very
that
cool. It's fun.
that thing that they recommend you don't do, which is like that piece of paper. You ever seen the thing
Or
where they
Q-tip. They
where
say
they
don't do
roll-
a Q-tip.
Well, Q-tip, yeah, but this one's like this is the one they used to
Never
do in like the 1800s. And
piece of paper?
and swore by it. Elliot, do you know about this? They'd take a piece of paper and they'd roll it into like a cone. Like the paper is rolled until it's like a big long cone, and then they'd stick the smaller cone side into the ear, and then they'd light the other end on fire.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it would pull all the wax
Right.
out. But doctors said that that's bad and you should never do that.
Yeah, there's certain things that we've come up with that the doctors go like, "Hey, that's a bad idea." But then instead of doing that, we're gonna take this spray bottle and shove
And-
it into your skull.
Yeah, the alternative is
just-
worse.
Dude, it still like gives me the chills how bad that hurt.
I'm
Oh my
glad you're
God.
okay, Kevin, and Elliot. I'm glad
Yeah.
you're okay.
I'm glad you're okay, Steve.
Before we go, I want to ask you guys: Do you know what this is?
Oh man, dude, that's
I want to say cat, but is that too obvious?
it looks like a cat. Yeah, I mean, or a
It looks
bat.
like a cat
Does-
bat.
It does look like a cat, huh? But that is
Cat
weird
bat.
looking. Yeah, someone said, "What even is this?" Unknown rodent.
r/animal ID.
Yeah, what is this animal? This is a good site because people take a good subreddit because people take pictures of something and go like, "What the fuck is this?"
Dude, I recently
I had,
discovered wombats. Wombats are pretty fucking
yeah.
great. If you watch videos
Yeah.
of cute wombats, they're
Yeah.
pretty awesome.
I like
got,
wombats and capybaras.
Capybaras, yeah.
I got visited by last weekend by turkey vulture. Have you guys seen these before?
Whoa, what is that?
Dude, your fucking house has so much shit
I've
going
never
on.
seen a turkey vulture in my life, and it landed right there. It was
What,
like it's maybe
turkey
15
vulture?
feet away. Go ahead, pull that bad boy
I've
out.
seen
I'm-
one before.
They're
Whoa,
not-
yeah. Wait, you saw one of these in fucking Los Angeles?
Apparently.
Yeah, apparently they're migratory, and I've never seen one before in my life, and it's landed right there. Like, holy crap! I was like, Grace, come look at this. Look at this thing. And I took a photo of it, and I used the Seek app where you can upload photos to identify the animals. I
Yeah.
use quite frequently because of my little Snow White land here. And yeah, it's crazy, and they're cool animals. They're really
This
cool.
guy?
Yeah, that's exactly what I saw, and it was huge. It looked like from a Disney movie.
Well, it's a
Like,
vulture. Yeah.
Yeah.
But but they have like a turkey head.
Yeah, they keep the heads are featherless, which keeps their head clean when they're diving into the carcass.
Dude,
And so
that's,
they don't-
I think,
yeah.
what the Jungle Book, right? That's what they were.
Is
The
that what it's
vultures
Jungle
from
Book?
Jungle
Yeah.
Book.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, when
'Cause
they
this
had
is what I
vultures.
originally thought vultures looked like as a kid. I was like,
Oh.
this is what they all look like.
Yep, totally. Kevin, how was Halloween Horror Nights? Did you, as a follow up, did you do?
Oh, okay. You're right. I really, really enjoyed it as a first time going. I was expecting to be a lot more scared than I was.
Oh,
But
Not so
saying that,
scary, huh?
it wasn't so scary. There was one part that I actually got like a little bit of a jump from. But part of me kind of really enjoyed the fact that I didn't have to be truly terrified and almost like just enjoy walking through
You
the
can have
sets and like
fun.
seeing the different monsters. Yeah, like I was able to have fun as opposed to just being really scared.
But
Yeah.
see, for me, it's like it's not the scary part. Is like someone jumping out at you.
yeah, jump scares. Like you can't really prepare.
Yeah.
A jump scare. Yeah. a jump
Surprisingly, the
scare.
part that got me, there's this room in like one of the Exorcist mazes where it
Yeah.
looks like a wall, like just a brick wall, but then it like flashes and then all of a sudden it's like a translucent screen pretty
Screen,
much, and it's like the girl is like all of a sudden like there,
Yeah.
and that part got me because I was like, this is, I don't know how the fuck you're doing
Yeah.
this. This looks so real.
Yeah.
So that like wasn't really a big like loud noise jump scare. That was just like a cool effect they did. None of the jump scares really got me.
Wow.
Jump
Yeah,
scare.
but-
A jump scare gets me in the sense that I go, anyway, move on.
I get
But-
really like Joe described it, where they'll scare the crap out of me, but then I hit a adrenaline, like I tap out, and then
Oh,
it becomes
interesting.
like exhausting. Where I'm like, okay, all right, okay.
Yeah.
They have a limit, but they work quite effectively.
Well, it's like a fool me once, shame on me.
Yeah,
Kinda
fool me
thing.
20 times.
Yeah,
I don't
because your
know.
brain
So I
is
went-
like, I'm not. Your
I-
brain starts to realize you're not in real danger.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I went on the first maze, like my first one ever, which was like the new like Monsters of Latin America or something like
What
that. It was
the
a weird
fuck?
one. Yeah.
La
Um,
Llorona,
It was
ch-
what La Llorona used to be.
the
Or
chupacabra.
what? So I don't know. I don't know what it was. It was hard to follow. But after that one, I kind of understood how it works. Like you can see where they're about to jump out, and you
Yeah.
can really
Yeah.
expect where
Yeah.
things are going to happen. Is that how Not Scary Farm is, though? Where
Not
it's
Scary
kind
Farm
of
is.
expected?
Yeah, it's pretty much the same. I mean, they're all pretty much the same, but I feel like with Knott's, they've been hassled by less Karens. So
So
that
they can be a little bit
so-
more ruthless.
Yeah, it's like they still have the scrapey spark knee pad things, and they say bad words at you. And at Universal, they're like more careful now. It feels like.
Yeah.
It feels like it's like you're in a spirit Halloween store, not necessarily like a scary place.
Were
Yeah,
you,
I'd agree with that.
You don't have to answer this, Kevin. Were you on any kind of like a CBD or
No, not
THC?
CBD. I had smoked a little bit before since you can't bring shit into the park. And
You
then there was
can't,
like
yeah.
so much alcohol there, which I only
Yeah.
had like one drink, but everybody else had like so many drinks.
Oh.
The Last of Us maze was pretty fun, like just the sets, and there was like a big cool clicker moment that happened in there. Trying to think what the other new one
I
was.
saw a video on the last.
Oh,
episode.
Stranger
It looked really
Things.
cool. I heard
Stranger Things was
really
actually
cool.
like pretty fucking cool. Like the sets, I was like, this is.
The
I
sets
like
are
this.
cool. They put a little
Yeah.
effort. They put a lot of effort into those.
And I
How-
wasn't
it didn't look
expecting the
scary, though.
smells. The
How was
smells are
Megan?
crazy.
How was the Megan thing?
Well, there isn't a Megan maze.
But there's like a Megan
Blumhouse.
thing.
There's a Blum. I don't know if you want. You're probably not gonna go.
No,
are
I'm
you?
not gonna go.
There's
I'm
like a
going to Knott's.
Blumhouse show thing that you go to where it's like a theater and you watch like a pretty much a trailer for Blumhouse movies, and then all of a sudden it like shuts down, and the host is like, "Oh fuck, I don't know what's happening. I gotta go check backstage or whatever," and then you see him get like killed by Megan, and then a bunch of like Megan dolls come out into the room
And they
and do like
dance?
a whole performance, which was actually like pretty fucking fun.
That's
like
cool.
everybody went crazy.
Right.
Is they do the astrology thing too? Isn't there like an astrology theme throughout the whole thing where there's a
Really?
guy who was watching Ordinary Adventures, and
Hell
they
yeah.
had a whole thing where the guy was doing a thing about like riffing on people's birth charts, and I was like, this is so
Whoa.
weird.
Oh,
And he,
like someone who's like, but like doing it in a funny way.
apparently it's like the overall theme, not in a funny way. Like he's really trying to scare people. If they're like,
Oh,
"Oh, you're a Libra."
Oh,
But like
God.
if you go through the park, you'll see the kind of horoscope symbols all over.
Oh,
some of the
weird.
Oh, I didn't
decorations,
notice
'cause
that.
It's supposed to be like a like dimension thing where the astrological gods have come alive and they're seeking revenge on. I don't know. I was just like,
I
that's
like
a
trying
really
to-
weird choice.
I like trying to scare someone with saying you're a Libra. No,
That is scary.
I thought I was Cancer.
I discovered who David S. Pumpkin was because he's
You didn't
there.
know who that was?
I didn't know who that was. I had never heard of him.
I don't
You
know what
hadn't
that
seen
is.
the sketch or anything?
I hadn't seen the sketch. No.
Oh,
Have you seen it
from
now?
SNL?
Now I've seen it. Yeah, and the guy playing it there at Universal did a shit job. He was really bad at it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. That's not surprising though.
Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, thank you for listening to the show today. I hope you have a very happy weekend
Easter.
or week or Easter or Halloween or whatever it is that you're doing this week. And thank you for listening. Anybody want to say anything else?
I miss
Shout
Joe.
out to Joe. Joe's
I
taking
miss
care of our
Joe.
taxes.
Oh, by the way, Joe's
Joe's our
brother.
big brother.
Joe's brother is
Joe's
home.
big brother.
Joe's
Yeah,
big
Joe's-
brother is home now.
He went home. And
He
there's
went
an article,
home.
and he looks great.
He does look great,
Way
and he
great.
got
Way better looking than Joe.
a police escort home from the hospital.
Nice. Oh, that's
Beautiful.
Isn't that nice? Anyway, so thank you to anybody who helped out with that and supported Joe and his family through this tough time.
Beretta.
His brother's on the mend, and
it.
he's home now, so that's great with his family. Isn't that wonderful?
It's all we could ask for.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you for listening. Thank you to our sponsor. And is that some bunnies? Whoa, look at those buns. Do
I
they like
love
to hang
that.
out near you, or will they go anywhere where you put whatever that thing is down?
No, they just. Oh,
There
they
they
got
go.
scared.
How'd you
They
scare them?
saw
With just your
things.
hand movement?
Probably. Who knows?
But what is that? They like to hang out next to you, or what? Why were
They'll
they right
hang out
there?
where I go. They just.
Yeah?
I don't know why they were right here. Well, they like that thing sometimes, but
What is that
bite you.
thing?
It's a little chew thing that they can chew on. They don't bite me.
They-
They're good boys.
Have they bit you at all?
Not once. They're precious. God damn
You
it.
want to try to get one to bite you, just to see what it's like?
Joe